Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be reviewing the Peter Pig range of British airborne vehicles. So if you've been following my Facebook and Instagram, you'll know that I'm a quarter of the way through a British airborne project. So I really want to focus on some of the vehicles. I'm primarily focusing on the first British Airborne Division, so for Market Garden, but I've also got some other vehicles in the works. But for this video we're going to be looking at the Peter Pig Jeeps. So to start off with, we've got pack 44 and pack 171. So 44 is the trailers, Jeep trailers, and 171 I believe was the recce Jeep. I've got all four of the Jeep offerings. The other three that I've got are assembled, so I'll show them later on. So to start off with, we'll crack open 171. So it comes in this plastic bag. Comes with some parts. Obviously the cardboard backing, which I'm not too phased about, and the actual Jeep itself. So I'll try and get a good shot here if I can. There we go. So you can see the crew and the weapons and the storage and everything else is already attached, so it just comes in one piece for the most part. Obviously we've got to attach some wheels. So there's pros and cons to that. Pro being there's a lot less work involved. Con being you can't really add a lot of variety. I mean, they give you the option to swap heads, which we'll look at in a minute, which is great. A simple head swap can really change how a model looks. But if you're really into your painting, then you'll know that there is a bit of a frustration around having models already attached to the vehicle. But that's a very minor con for me. I think this is a fantastic start without all the wheels and stuff. So let's have a look at the rest of it. So just throw all of that out there, like Christmas. So we've got some additional parts here. So naturally we've got the four wheels, so that's good. They've included all four wheels for us. Not a lot of cleanup is involved with these guys, so that's a really good bonus. One thing I did find interesting is all the backings of the Jeep come separate. So I'm not sure if that's so you can swap and change through the different Jeeps that they've got, which if you can, that's a really nice touch. But it's not something I've really looked at because I've only got the four Jeeps that they offer, so they've all got their own character to them, so there's really no need to swap and change. But if I was to get another pack of each, then that might be another option of really giving them a different look to what they would ordinarily look like if you kept them all the same. So that's that, and then you've got the four heads. So you've got two berets and two helmets. Again, I'm showing the back of the head on the beret. So plenty of detail there. Hopefully my camera can pick it up. Fantastic detail, and even the airborne emblem on the beret is shown. So that's, you know, we're talking some really fine details there and some fantastic detail. So yeah, big thumbs up for that. So that's the Jeep. So overall, really happy with it. There's minor cleanup that's involved. There's a few little like marks here. That might just be a case of sanding down, or you might have to fill them in. But overall, very little cleanup involved. And I'm really chuffed with this already, so I can't wait to get some paint onto this. And then we'll take a very brief look at the trailers. So I believe you get three different trailers. So you got one on the way. This just all comes in one big bag, and like the other Jeep, the wheels come separate. But the actual trailer itself comes with some storage, so it's got some life to it. So this one's got some storage in there. Looks like perhaps some 6-pounder rounds, or cased rounds, I should say, some bags and such. Then we've got one open, so if you wanted to throw a couple of dudes in there, I know they offer some separate passengers, so you could potentially do that. But I don't have any of them for this video. And then we've got one with a tarp over it. So yeah, pretty cool. You know, even if you don't attach them to your vehicles, they'll make some good terrain pieces. Or if you're basing your models for Flames of War, then they'll look great. So okay, so that's them. That's how they come. That's how they look. So now I know what you're all thinking. Let's see some of them assembled. So this is a few of them assembled now. Sorry. Alright, so that's them assembled there. So we'll take a look at them individually. You can see where I've just got the file to it, just getting the odd bit of metal shaven down a bit. The one big con that I have with this, or the thing that was a little bit frustrating, was the actual back of the Jeep. So you can see, it's really hard to pick up on this camera, but you can sort of see the groove that I've cut out there. I'll see if I can get my tweezers onto it. So around there, I had to shave quite a lot of this backing off and make a groove, purely because I couldn't cut any more off. So it's a bit like they're oversized for the back. All the reference photos I've got, and I'm happy to be corrected, it all seems to be one piece, so it just sort of flows and then goes round. Whereas the backing on this Jeep, it sort of went across like that and then lifted up and across. That's the backings that they give you. So I'll see if I can show you what I'm actually talking about with this, the one that hasn't been assembled. You can sort of see there, that's a really good shot actually, of how much extra over the top it goes. So yeah, I mean, I'm being very pedantic here. The models are fantastic, but that's just something that, for me as a painter more than a gamer, I really wanted to address. You can see the same things happened here on that left hand corner. So I've done that one there. Same on that side. But look, you know, there's always going to be something that needs a little bit of work on any model that you get. None of them are going to be absolutely perfect, and that's the whole point of enjoying this hobby. So you can see there's a bit of cleanup, but really very little cleanup involved on the actual vehicles and wheels themselves. Just a little bit of filing here. So if you've got a metal file, something similar to this, then you know you're going to be laughing. It will take very little amount of time. I might go ahead and just put a little bit of putty in there just to get rid of that little indentation, but apart from that, yeah, really happy with these. The head swaps are fantastic. So you can see that normally you'd only get 2 berets and 2 helmets, but because I bought 4, you can sort of add you know, you're always going to have spare, especially when they've only got 3 crew. So all these chaps have got berets, 3 of these have got helmets, and this guy's got a beret, and 2 berets and a helmet on this guy. So that's the 3 Jeeps. I haven't really gone into them in tons of detail in terms of what codes they are, but they are really nice offerings. Sorry, my camera's struggling to sort of pick this up. There we go. So yeah, nice. It should be pretty relatively straightforward to paint. There's a few areas like the steering wheel column, you're just going to have to leave that like a dark colour. But overall, I mean, they've crammed lots of detail into these. So yeah, pretty happy with them, especially for what's on the market at the moment. British Airborne Jeeps are few and far between in 15mm. And the fact that they're offering these with the storage already and the amount of detail that's in them is great. It really is great. This guy even has his headset he's a radio operator. It's bloody impossible for this camera to pick it up. I think you can just make it out there. Let's see if my camera wants to focus. So, you know, little details like that really make the money worth it. So that's the Jeeps, all right. So if you want to have a quick look at infantry, so full disclosure, I've painted Peter Pig models many times in the past. When I first started collecting wargaming figures, I pretty much had half a British Airborne Army painted. Half a British Airborne Army consisting of Peter Pig models. But I'm redoing that now because of, obviously, it's been quite a few years and my painting techniques changed slightly. So this is a older Airborne model that I've had. So they're still in this range. I think this is like a character or an injured sort of casualty. Let's see if it wants to focus. Try and get it to focus. Okay, so there we go. So again, there's plenty of detail in there. That's that one. So that's an old one. I think I must have forgot to add to a base back in the day. So that's changed slightly. If you want to watch my latest British Airborne tutorial, then feel free. You'll be able to find it in the channel. I'll link it in the description down below too. But there is a German surrendering. It kind of looks a bit like a zombie in this shot, but I assure you it's a lot better in person. This camera of mine's not doing the best at the moment. But yeah, full of detail. He's got all of this equipment and more. The poses are great. I've got plenty more of these hidden away. But yeah, so that's them. And finally, we'll just look at some painted Peter Pig offerings. This isn't infantry or vehicles. This is a terrain piece. So that fence and tree was... you can purchase at Peter Pig, and it's fantastic. It's really rustic. It looks the part. It's given my Fallschirmjäger in Normandy Pack 40 team in Normandy a really good place to sort of lay an ambush. It looks great. And then same with this tree here. So it's hidden by all that bush, but that tree there and that sort of stone wall that's a bit damaged has a little wooden cartwheel on the back of it. Yeah, plenty of detail. So if you haven't checked out Peter Pig in this scale, it's definitely worth a try. This is part one, so part two I'll be actually painting these, and I think you'll get a much better appreciation of the amount of detail because my camera's not the best. Something I've got to look at upgrading in the future. But yeah, let me know if you guys have used Peter Pig and what you found with them. For me personally, I highly rate them. I think overall what you're getting for your money and the quality is fantastic. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching. Again, this is part one, so part two will be the actual painting video, and we can look at them in more detail once they've been painted. The Jeeps, that is. Alright guys, thank you very much. I'll catch you on the next one.